Welcome back to Mindful Health Harbor, where we explore all things health and wellness. I'm your host, and today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We're talking food and brain health.
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't always think about, but the food we eat has a huge impact on our brain's structure and function.
Absolutely. Like how sharp we are, how our memory's working, even our mood.
Exactly. And we've got some awesome research to share with you today from top doctors and neuroscientists.
So we'll uncover how to keep our brains healthy and sharp as we age.
Right. And it's not just about preventing dementia or anything like that.
Oh, yeah?
It's about how to optimize your brain power, like right now,
I like that.
so you can stay sharp and engaged for years to come.
Giving our brains the ultimate tune-up.
Exactly.
Okay, so to kick things off, let's look inside our heads.
Okay.
Our brains have this intricate network of blood vessels.
Right.
It's wild. They actually span about 400 miles.
That's right. 400 miles, like squeezing the whole California coastline into your skull. And those vessels, they're crucial. They act as a transport system, delivering all that oxygen and nutrients to every single brain cell.
Oh, that makes sense. 400 miles of blood vessels. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But there's another system in there that most people don't even realize is there.
Oh, right.
This is the brain's lymphatic system.
Yes. It's like your brain's own cleaning crew, constantly working, clearing out waste and toxins.
I never thought about that.
And you know what the crazy part is? It's most active while you're sleeping.
So that's why a good night's sleep can make you feel so much sharper.
Exactly.
It's like hitting the reset button on our brain.
Exactly. It is.
So how does all of this play into keeping our brains healthy as we age?
Okay, so this is where we have to talk about something called vascular dementia.
Yeah, okay.
It's a common form of dementia.
Right.
And it's caused by a narrowing of those blood vessels we were talking about.
Oh, so that narrowing reduces blood flow.
Yes.
So then brain cells don't get the fuel they need to function properly.
Exactly. It's like a traffic jam in your brain's highway. Everything slows down.
And even a small reduction in that blood flow can have a big impact.
Yeah, even a small one, like 5 to 10%, can affect your memory, your focus.
That's scary.
It is.
Okay, so I know you have a great analogy to help us understand this a little bit better.
I do. It's the ice rink analogy.
Okay, let's hear it.
It helps us visualize what's going on. Imagine a perfectly smooth ice rink.
I got it.
That's like your healthy blood vessels.
Got it.
Blood's flowing effortlessly. Now picture that same rink, but it's all stuffed up.
Okay, yeah.
That represents those damaged blood vessels. Blood flow is disrupted. It can even increase the risk of clots, which can lead to dementia.
Okay, so what causes those scuffs on our brain's ice rink?
Well, a lot of it comes down to our lifestyle.
Okay, yeah.
Things like smoking, a diet that's full of processed foods, chronic stress, and not getting enough exercise. All of those can damage the lining of your blood vessels.
But our bodies have ways to repair themselves, right?
Absolutely, they do.
So even if we've made some not so great choices in the past,
Right.
there's still hope.
Yes, exactly. We have these incredible cells called endothelial progenitor cells. EPCs for short.
EPCs.
They're like tiny cellular seamstresses.
Okay.
They live in your bone marrow, and they rush out to repair any damage to your blood vessels.
So our bodies have this amazing built-in repair crew.
Yes, they do.
Wow, that's incredible. So how can we support these EPCs and make sure they're doing their job?
Well, one of the best ways is exercise.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes sense for heart health, but
Physical activity stimulates the release of those EPCs. From the bone marrow sends them out to repair and rebuild those blood vessels. And there's even some super exciting new research that suggests that EPCs might actually be able to regenerate brain cells themselves.
wow. Okay, so regular exercise is like sending a signal flare to our body's repair crew.
Exactly.
Okay. I've always known exercise was good for my heart, but it sounds like it's a brain booster too.
It is. It's a win-win for both your heart and your brain. It's amazing how much we've learned about the brain even in recent years.
Right.
We used to think it was this like static, unchanging organ.
Right.
But now we know that it's so dynamic
Yeah.
and adaptable.
It's like we're just scratching the surface of what our brains can do.
Exactly. And one of the most fascinating areas is how specific foods can actually impact our brain chemistry.
Wow. So what we eat doesn't just maintain our brain health.
Right.
It can actually change how our brains function.
Exactly. And that's where this whole field of nutritional psychiatry comes in.
Nutritional psychiatry.
Yeah, it's the study of how the foods we eat can directly affect our mood, our focus,
Wow.
even our creativity.
Okay, I am fascinated. More. So food can be a tool to enhance our cognitive abilities.
Yes, it can.
Okay, I'm ready for the science. How does food actually affect our brain chemistry?
Okay, so our brains rely on this delicate balance of what we call neurotransmitters.
Uh-huh.
Those are the chemical messengers that allow brain cells to communicate with each other.
Right.
And those neurotransmitters influence like everything: your mood, your emotions, your ability to concentrate, learn, remember things.
So it's like this complex symphony of chemical signals happening in our brains all the time.
That's a great way to put it. And the cool thing is that the foods we eat can either support or disrupt this balance.
Wow. Okay, can you give us some examples of how this plays out in real life?
Absolutely. So let's start with serotonin.
Yeah.
It's a neurotransmitter, and it's really important for regulating our mood, sleep, even our appetite.
Okay, so if serotonin levels are low, we might feel depressed, anxious, have trouble sleeping.
That's right.
So if we can boost those serotonin levels,
Yeah,
we could potentially feel happier, more balanced.
exactly. And that's where food comes in.
Okay, tell me more.
So our bodies need an amino acid called tryptophan to make serotonin.
Okay.
And tryptophan is actually found in a bunch of delicious foods.
Like what? Give us the good stuff.
Turkey, chicken, eggs, cheese, nuts, seeds.
So maybe that classic Thanksgiving turkey coma is actually from a surge in serotonin.
That could be it.
I love that.
Isn't it?
Okay, let's talk about another neurotransmitter.
Okay.
What about dopamine?
Okay, dopamine. That's a good one.
It's the reward chemical, right?
It's the pleasure chemical. Yeah.
So it's really important for motivation, focus,
Mm-hmm.
and just feeling good.
Yeah, it's all about that feeling of satisfaction.
Yeah. Sign me up for more dopamine.
I think we all want a little bit more dopamine. And certain foods can actually increase dopamine levels in your brain.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
Yeah.
Tell me more about these dopamine-boosting foods.
So foods that are rich in tyrosine, which is another amino acid, those are the key players.
Okay.
So things like almonds, bananas, avocados, and dark chocolate.
Way dark chocolate again. So not only is it good for brain health, but it also gives us a hit of dopamine. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah, a little bit of dark chocolate can offer a double dose of brain benefits.
That's amazing.
Everything in moderation, of course.
So, of course. Okay. What about acetylcholine?
Okay, so acetylcholine, that's essential for memory, learning, attention.
So that's the fuel for learning.
Yeah, you could say that.
I want to make sure I've got enough of that one. What should I be eating?
So you need choline for acetylcholine.
Oh, okay.
Choline is a nutrient found in a lot of different foods.
Okay.
And it's actually what we call a precursor to acetylcholine.
So we need choline to produce acetylcholine in our bodies.
That's right.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. So which foods are high in this brain-powering choline?
Okay, so you're looking at things like eggs,
Eggs.
liver,
Hmm.
fish,
Hmm.
cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower.
So a breakfast of eggs and broccoli could be the ultimate brain boost.
There you go.
All right, let's move on. What about GABA?
GABA. Okay, so GABA, that stands for gamma aminobutyric acid. It's a neurotransmitter that's known for its calming effects on the brain, helps reduce anxiety, promotes relaxation.
Like the brain's natural chill pill.
Exactly. And you know what? Fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut are rich in GABA.
Really?
Yeah,
So having yogurt before bed could encourage restful sleep.
it's worth a try. And another great option is green tea.
Green tea.
Yeah, it contains something called theanine.
Hmm.
It's an amino acid that helps you relax and focus.
So green tea is like a multitasker. It boosts brain health and creates this calm, focused state of mind.
Exactly. It nourishes the body and the mind.
I love it. This is so fascinating. It's like we're peeking into the control room of our brains,
It is.
understanding how food can change our thoughts, our emotions, even our behavior.
Yeah, and we're really just beginning to understand this connection. There's so much more to discover.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But it's great that we have this knowledge already that can help us make these smart choices
Exactly.
to support our brain health.
And it's not about being perfect
Right.
or following some crazy restrictive diet. It's about adding those nutrient-rich foods to our lives and paying attention to how we feel after we eat them.
Yeah, listening to our bodies and giving our brains the fuel they need to thrive.
That's it exactly. It's a journey of exploration. Figuring out what works best for you.
I love that.
Uncovering all the incredible ways that food can nourish our brains.
Absolutely. So should we raise a glass of green tea?
Yeah.
Or maybe enjoy a square of dark chocolate
Yes.
to celebrate the power of food to change our brains?
Cheers to that.
I love your enthusiasm. Okay, before we move on, let's talk about something that comes up a lot when we talk about brain health.
Okay.
Supplements.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on using supplements to support brain function?
It's a great question. Supplements can be helpful,
Yeah.
especially if you have any nutritional gaps you need to fill.
Okay.
But you should really focus on getting most of your nutrients from whole foods.
So supplements are more like a complement to a healthy diet, not a replacement.
Exactly.
Right.
And if you are going to take supplements, make sure you're choosing high-quality ones
Right.
from reputable brands.
Okay. Good advice.
And it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor
Mm.
or a healthcare professional about which supplements are right for you.
You're a big advocate for personalized nutrition. How does that apply to brain health?
You know, it's so important when we're talking about brain health because just like our genes and our lifestyles are unique,
Right.
our nutritional needs are too.
Yeah.
What works for one person might not work for another.
So there's no one-size-fits-all approach to boosting brain health.
No, not at all. That's why it's so important to pay attention to how you feel after you eat different foods.
Yeah.
Notice your energy levels, your mood, your focus, how well you're sleeping.
So we need to become detectives of our own bodies,
Exactly.
figuring out what fuels our brains best.
And the great thing is there are so many tools and technologies now that can help us personalize our nutrition based on our own unique biology.
So it's not just guesswork anymore. We can actually use science to guide our food choices.
Exactly. This is a whole new era of personalized nutrition. And it's a game changer, not just for brain health, but for well-being in general.
I feel like this deep dive has been so eye-opening. I have a whole new understanding of how to take care of my brain
I'm glad to hear that.
and help it function at its best.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this discussion, what are some final words of wisdom you'd like to share with our listeners?
I think just embrace the power you have to shape your brain's destiny. You know, don't underestimate how impactful your daily choices are.
Right.
The food you eat, how much you move your body, how you manage stress, all of that plays a role in shaping your brain's health.
It's like we're not just passengers.
Right.
We're in the driver's seat when it comes to brain health.
And the more you understand about this connection between food and your brain, the better choices you'll make.
Yeah, knowledge is power, for sure. So as we finish up this deep dive, any final words of wisdom you'd like to leave our listeners with?
Stay curious, keep learning and exploring, and give your brain the nourishment it needs to thrive.
And share this knowledge
Oh, yeah, definitely.
with friends, family, our whole community.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves a healthy brain.
They do.
Well, thank you to all our listeners for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of food and brain health. We hope you feel empowered to take charge of your cognitive well-being.
Yes, and remember, even small changes can make a big difference. Start with one or two things that resonate with you and build from there.
And have fun with it.
Yes.
This shouldn't feel like a chore.
No, exploring food and nutrition should be an adventure.
Exactly. Eat your way to a happier, healthier, more brilliant brain.
I love that.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Mindful Health Harbor.
Yes!
We've got more exciting episodes coming up,
We do.
exploring all things health and wellness. Until next time, stay curious, stay mindful, and keep those brains nourished.
Bon appetit for your brain.
I love it.